Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 2. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and we left off in Ymir. We got into a pretty tough fight and got saved by TloH. Apparently he has been escorting Princess Alfin and my dear sister Elise to safety, which is apparently in Ymir. So we're in Ymir, it's like safety's here with TloH, and we're gonna explore things, which is nice. So let us do just that. There's an event marker that I'm not going to talk to right now. Okay, fine. I'll talk to people. All of the Empire's major cities are under the control of the Noble Alliance now. They've been so focused on those, they haven't had the time to deal with the frontier regions like ours. Thankfully, that means that Ymir hasn't felt the full impact of the Civil War. It does seem that way. I was relieved to see how little has changed. A nice snowfall's the only real difference compared to my last visit. By the way, I see you chose not to join the Noble Alliance. Is everything alright on that front? Well, I've never wanted anything to do with the Noble faction to begin with. There's always the chance they'll try and invite me to join, but I'm confident I can talk my way out of it. I'm a little concerned that I can't get in touch with Viscount or Sade, however. You can't? Did something happen over in Legram? Or maybe even the Courageous? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, but it's Viscount or Sade we're talking about. He'll be fine. Regardless, I'm just trying to make sure that we are well prepared for anything, especially since our duties have expanded to sheltering Her Highness. That's true. The Alliance already has His Majesty and the Crown Prince, so it's safe to assume they want Princess Alfin as well. Dad, let me know if there's anything I can do to make your job easier. I'm more than happy to help. Of course, I'm sure I'll be counting on you in the days to come. Still, start with trying not to rush things. You shouldn't have to jump to thinking you need to shoulder more than your fair share of responsibility. There's only so much burden that one person can bear. Do you think I'm shouldering too much? Admittedly, those are Master Ka-Fai's words and not mine, but they get across what I want to say well enough. And whether I think it or not, this is a good chance for you to get some well-earned rest. I want you to make the most of it, all right? Sure. Thanks, Dad. Dude, this guy's nice. I haven't been able to contact Master Ka-Fai either, but he's never been one to concern himself with worldly affairs. I doubt he's in any trouble. Just focus on yourself for the time being. Hey, yo, guns. You have any stuff I can, look at? Do you literally sleep in, like, what? Aren't you two married? Why do you have... Okay, I'm not gonna judge. I mean, I'd handle that differently. Kinda. I hope. I don't know. I hope. Nice living room. You've got alcohol. You've got a nice fire there going. Wow. Okay. You got a recipe for me, maybe? I like to cook. Although I can't anymore, apparently. Oh, that smells delicious. Wait a sec. Is that pheasant stew? Your very favorite. Your father said that he wanted you to have a nourishing dinner, so he went and caught one himself. Really, I'll be sure to thank him later. Speaking of food, you've got a lot going on here. It smells amazing. Well, the circumstances may not be ideal, but it's been too long since we last dined together as a family. And ever since Her Highness arrived, it's been so lively that I felt like I've gained a second daughter. Times like these are when a mother has to put her best foot forward, don't you think? You really are the perfect mother. Even in times like these, you're right here, ready to warmly welcome us home with open arms. I cannot see that ever changing. If only I were half as good a son as you are a mom. Mom, something wrong? That's not true at all. When I had no idea what was going on with you and your sister, I worried myself sick. At times, it felt as though my chest was going to burst from it all. But believing that you two would come back to me safely was the key to keeping myself together. With that in mind, I could focus instead of getting this house ready to I could focus instead on getting this house ready to welcome you both home. Mom, whatever doubts you may have about your place in this family, as long as you're here in this house, you're our son. If you're ever feeling down or afraid, you can always find comfort in my arms. And then, once you've found the strength to keep going, you can pick things back up right where you left them. Thanks, Mom. I actually feel a lot better now. Well, look forward to dinner tonight. And make sure you work up a good appetite for it all, alright? No worries there. Can you teach me that recipe, by the way? When all's said and done, I'm just happy that you've come back home to me, and I'm certainly not alone. Many of the villagers came to check on you and brought gifts too. Now I have plenty of new ingredients to work with. I hope you're ready for a hearty meal, Rean. They brought ingredients, how nice of them. Can I thank you all for bringing ingredients? Alright. Valley... Phoenix wings. Woof. Bedeau. I'm home, Bedeau. Being welcomed back by you really makes me feel like I'm home again. Woof, woof. It's the Schwarzer family's stable. We have a stable. We have a little terrace. Got a little bit of everything. Harvest some herbs? No? Okay. That's fair. Didn't want to harvest any herbs anyways. Do want. I wish. There was no snow at all this winter at my place. Some people would be happy about that, but I'm not that happy about it. Hey, I'm glad you came over. You've been the talk of the town ever since you came back. I'm just sorry I had to come back home under these circumstances. Sounds like everyone was pretty worried about me. How's the shopping? I can't imagine it's been all that easy running it with the war going on. You've got that right. Getting goods in has been a real nightmare lately. I'm getting enough in for everyone in the village though, so don't you worry. You caught me right in the middle of taking stock, actually. If you've got any shopping to do, can you come back later? Sorry. Oh, of course. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I appreciate that. Taking stock always reminds me just how much weird stuff we've got in here, thanks to my wife. I see nothing's changed in that regard. Yeah, she's still easily caught up in the latest trends. I don't mind so much when it's stuff we can actually sell, but there's plenty here that no sane person would ever buy. Well, better get this stuff sorted. And next order planned. We can only order once a week now. Can't miss the chance. What does the wife say to all of this? Oh, hello there. You won't believe who's been coming in here lately. Well, maybe you will, but not other than Princess Alfin herself. She's the sweetest little thing, the way she looks at you. Her smile. I wish I could just hug her and squeeze her and never let her go. Well, they don't call her one of the country's greatest treasures for nothing, I guess. They certainly don't. Don't you worry. We'll keep her safe as can be. She really seems to be making herself at home here. That's good to know. Princess Alfin seems to have a lot of free time lately, so she comes. So she sometimes comes in to look at all of our products. It always makes me so happy when she does. I wonder if I'll get to see her again today. Puppy watch. Okay. Speed +1. Wow. Prevent stuff. Battle Scorpies! Hey! I have 1,000 Mira. I'm gonna buy 5 Battle Scorpies. I do like those. I can't afford Gambler Jag. I have read through the entire Gambler Jag series. I'm still gonna buy it. Ba-ba-da-ba-dam. Imperial Chronicle. Can I please read that? No? Ah. Books. Newspaper. Imperial Chronicle. Breaking martial law in Heimdall lifted. The Vermilion capital of Heimdall has been in a state of chaos since the late Chancellor's address, but that appears to be coming to a close due in full to the tireless efforts of the Noble Alliance. The Alliance has officially announced its hasty defeat over the rebels lurking within the city's bounds, as well as declared that the elements in the former Imperial army who plotted the rebellion have been all but stamped out. As a result, martial law in the city has finally been lifted, with Noble Alliance Supreme Commander Duke Lien confidently stating the capital's safety is now assured. That one of the pillars of the Empire's security would start a rebellion to begin with has been a shock to the nation as a whole, and a heavy sense of dread grows among the citizens. The situation is not without its positives, however, as the Alliance's forces have valiantly sworn to continue safeguarding the city. Upon reaching out for comment, they claimed their actions were merely a part of one's duty. One can only hope that placing our trust in these brave men and women will mark a turning point in returning peace to our great nation. What of the rebels? It is certain that the rebels responsible for organizing the uprising have far more allies than is currently known, and the Noble Alliance is working day and night to both find and apprehend all of those who had any involvement with this inconceivable act of treason. It is also suspected that the recent assassination of former Chancellor Gilith Osborne may have been the work of the rebels as well. A reliable source told us while our investigation is still underway, we believe there is far more to all of this than initially anticipated. As it stands, a number of the Army's armored divisions are continuing to act in a manner truly unfit for citizens of the Empire, frequently instigating conflict against Alliance forces stationed across the country. The same thoughts are no doubt running through the minds of every Erebonian citizen. What would possibly inspire such clear acts of betrayal towards His Majesty? At what point will the guilty parties come forward and surrender? We of the Imperial Chronicles say only time will tell. Society. The Imperial family rests. In light of recent events, the Imperial family is expected to remain inside Valflame Palace in quote-unquote comfort. The Imperial Household Agency has reassured the public that this move is only for security reasons, but those close to the family have expressed concerns, speculating the true reason to be that they may be deeply distressed by the current chaotic state of the nation. At least one member of the Noble Alliance has reached out to us to further clarify the Imperial family's position, relaying His Majesty's instructions to do what must be done for the sake of the Empire. As of this publication, the only member of the Imperial family unaccounted for is His Highness Prince Olivert. Fearing for his safety, the Noble Alliance has assured it is leaving no stone unturned in its efforts to locate him. Report: Soldaats unveiled. The new weapons being developed to ensure the safety of the Vermilion capital, known as Panzer Soldaats, are formally unveiled in a private press event. Standing at 7 arch tall, the manned behemoths were immediately met with an overwhelmingly positive reception, being welcomed both as symbols of his strength and as a perfect weapon for keeping Erebonia's people protected. Some refer to the Soldaats as Knights of Justice, as indeed the memory of them fighting battle after battle to prevent the rebels' uprising is still fresh in our minds. The Noble Alliance is planning to station them throughout the Empire to aid in the fight against enemy forces. Breaking. Khoisan province almost fully under control. The Khoisan province may be the first to fully eradicate all rebellious elements in a recent announcement. If a recent announcement is any indication, while some battles are still ongoing within the province's borders, their end seems to only be a matter of time. A source connected to the force is confident confided that he hopes His Majesty will be proud of our work, further expressing how his men were wholly dedicated to the elimination of the rebels in the region. Regrettably, a large number of villagers and towns have been caught up in the conflict, giving us one more reason to pray this work comes to an end as soon as possible. Notice, information on the wanted persons needed. A large number of persons believed to have connection to the rebellion are wanted, including members of the railway and military police, officers in other parts of the Imperial Army, politicians in the former reformist faction, and even a small number of students. For the good of our nation's dignity, citizens with any information at all that could lead to their capture are urged to come forward and inform a member of the Noble Alliance's forces or their local provincial army as soon as possible. Yeah, that was, like, not biased, like, at all. No, it's not like the Noble faction is pressuring the media at all. No, they wouldn't do that. Hey there, Alf. Ah, Rean, you're awake. You doing okay? Like, are you sure you shouldn't be getting any rest? Don't worry, I'm feeling just fine. You look like you're working hard. Are you helping out at the shop today, too? Yep, it's the least I can do. Can't grow up to be a real man if I don't do my part once in a while. That's what Master Yoon told me, anyway. And he's right. I'm gonna work as hard as I can so I grow up to be a real man. Kiki always gives me this weird look when I say that to her, though. I see they haven't changed a bit. Ah, yeah, a letter arrived from Master Yoon right before the war. He's still wandering all over with nothing but a sword, as usual. Sounds like he's having lots of fun. He's so cool, isn't he? Maybe I can be a swordsman like him when I'm all grown up. I tend to think he's a little too free-spirited for his own good, but I can't deny that he's living the dream. I know, right? You know what? Next time he visits, I'm gonna ask him to make me one of his students. Bet he'll do it if I bring him a drink and some snacks. Something tells me he's just gonna take those and play dumb about the whole student thing afterward. Ah well, nothing wrong with having a dream to work toward. They're fooling the little man. They're fooling him. Alfin and Celine are right there. Hello, Mr. Purple. Mr. Pink. Rean, you're up! Hey, Luke. Sorry for worrying you. But as you can see, I'm perfectly fine now. Are you sure? You always say you're fine, even when you're not. I can go and ask Liza for some medicine if you need it. Well, I guess I do feel a little dizzy. That's probably more from sleeping too much, though. I mean, I slept inside the Divine Night for a whole month and all. Talk about getting your beauty... What's a Divine Night? I've been hearing about the Divine Night since you came back, but it still blows my mind that it actually exists. I don't really understand. Whatever. The point is, take it easy, okay? Elise isn't the only one happy to see you back home. Thanks, that means a lot to me. Getting a job here so that I can work close to home was all well and good in theory. But I never realized I'd have to wear this purple uniform and how important this job is anyways. Think about it, this cable car is what connects Ymir to the rest of the country. Now I've got to think about how the Noble Alliance's forces could be patrolling down at the base of the mountain too. Using it as little as possible so they don't catch on that Her Highness is here. It's stressful to say the least. I can imagine. So the Noble Alliance forces' reach extends this far north now. I hope the others are all right. It's pretty obvious you still don't have your energy back, Rean. Just focus on getting back your 2-year-old self for now, okay? Yeah, you're right. Thanks. Thanks for telling me I'm not up to my sleeve for my stuff. This is the cable car station that connects Ymir to the bottom of the mountain. I don't need to use it right now. Tavern, Phoenix Wings. I'm gonna go to the valley. Who goes there? Huh. Someone who wants to tell me, oh no. Oh my goody gumdrops. What are you doing here? Alright, let's see how many little dastardly fishies I can catch today. I was not expecting to find someone fishing here. Not like there are a whole lot of monsters here though, so she should be safe if she doesn't stray too far. I love that the music just cut out at exactly the right moment just to, you know, happen again. And just who might you be? Oh, I've seen you 10 times before. I seem to recall meeting her during one of our field studies, and another one of our field studies, and another one of our field studies. And I remember Harrigan searching for her on all those other field studies. Yeah, I've basically been confronted with your side story all around Erebonia. What are you doing in Ymir? Ah, I recognize you. You're one of the Thor students who helped me a number of months ago, yes? Yep, I got you your money purse, your purse back, that's what you call it, purse. And I caught a golden fish that you wanted to catch, but I was faster and all that good stuff, you know? Remember? It's lovely to see you again. Nice to see you too. Looks like I was right. Sorry for disturbing you. Oh, there's no need to apologize. Actually, since you are a student of Thor's, you wouldn't happen to know a young man named Kenneth, would you? Kenneth? I do, actually. He's in the Imperial Fishing Club. That's the guy! That's wonderful news! Perhaps you might know where I could find him as well? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I've got no idea. Really? That's not so wonderful. So you know him too? Indeed, when the war first broke out, we fled Trista together. But on the way, he told me that he had something that he needed to take care of and asked me to go on alone. He promised to meet me here in Ymir, but there's been no sign of him since. That's unfortunate. Not that I believe anything untoward could possibly happen to him, of course. After all, there is nothing in this world that can crush the spirit of us anglers. When it comes to survival, even soldiers can't hold a candle to us. Right, I mean, I can tell. I mean, you're in a dress. It's minus 10 degrees outside Celsius, by the way. I don't know that Fahrenheit scala. And you're fishing. That said, you're looking a little glum. At times like these, there's nothing like a spot of fishing to cheer you up in the ice cold outside. If you know Kenneth, it's only fair for me to assume you're a fan of fishing too. I am, in fact. Kenneth gave me a title, Red Angler, I think. I don't have my fishing gear with me anymore, though. Red Angler? Then that means that you have caught the faint guardian. Please take these. Fishing book. Feather rod. Ground bait. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. Kenneth left me in charge of some of his fishing gear. He instructed me to give them away if I were to cross paths with any promising fellow fishing enthusiasts. So, go on, they're rightfully yours. That sounds like Kenneth, all right. Thank you very much. And since we've got your new notebook open, I've taken the liberty of writing down your current title to help you keep track. You will begin as a bronze angler, judged by the same standards as any professional. Aim for the top and become a fishing god. I have plenty of prizes you can exchange your angler points for, so beyond being pure bloody fun, fishing should prove worth your while. I'll try and do some when I've got the chance then. Like, how about right now? You have obtained a fishing book. You can fish by inspecting the fishing point by pressing the A button. Fishing points are found in bodies of water all over Erebonia. Records of the fish that you have caught can be viewed under the fishing tab in your notebook. Yep, you fish.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we just got a rod.
Huh.
That's a fish. Oh, it's exactly the same mechanic as previously. Okay. I can work around that.
Caught one.
My first fish was a little like this. And flop around. No, and splash. And splash.
Not bad.
I mean, they're Kazagians. They're pretty bad, but You know, let's just continue down fishing lane. There could be a second new fish in here. No? That's old. Old by gold, I guess. We're gonna look at her fishing gear in a moment. But as you can see, we get rewarded points, although there are only 3 points per one of these Kazagians, because they're just the most low-level fish there are. If you catch a new fish, of course you get more points, because you get a bonus for catching new fish. And that's actually a quite significant bonus, as far as I can tell. And of course it is more than 3.
Caught one.
3 plus 1 is 4. It's okay. That fishing spot is real hard to see.
Caught one.
Alright. That is that. What do you got? Oh, Ymir! Never did I expect to stumble upon such a lovely place. Not only is the food delicious and the hot spring sublime, but this perfect fishing spot is a mere 5 minutes from the tavern. This is truly a fisherman's paradise. I never thought of it that way, but good to see she's enjoying herself, I guess. Now then, it's time to fish up a storm! Perhaps I'll catch a delicious salmon for this evening's dinner. I am betting on Kazagian. Fighter badge. Why is that a fighter badge? I don't know. 500 HP, nice, and strength plus 5 and arts plus 5, that's quite good. A badge with a picture of a fighter on it, part of his set. Keep that in mind. Part of his set. And a blind quartz. Not so good right now, but I guess for 100 points, if I've got 100 points, 100 spare points, I might as well. I can sense monsters up ahead. I probably shouldn't stray too far from the village. Worth a try. The fishing spot is on the map. Probably just after I found it, though. Random areas. Whose house is this? It's the storehouse for Ymir's chapel. There are various kinds of equipment inside. How can you tell? You didn't open the door. I wonder. You're in the church. Hi.
She's praying so intently. Thinking about it, she must be even more distressed right now than I am.
Why, hello, Rean! You're looking rather well today. Much better than you were yesterday, at any rate.
Are you telling me I was looking bad yesterday? I'm hot, okay?
I feel loads better, actually. Thanks. How about you? Are you managing all right here? I'm guessing life in a tiny village like this is harder than you're used to. If there's anything I can do to make things easier for you, though, don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh, not at all. I've been simply loving my stay here. The scenery is stunning. The hot springs are oh so soothing. To say nothing of your mother's spectacular cooking. I'm having the time of my life here. I almost envy Elise for growing up in such a wonderful place.
Man, I believe you.
I'm happy to hear you say that.
You sold that well.
Still.
On top of all that, I was able to reunite with you here.
Oh, heart.
Oh, and meet a mysterious talking cat, too. Not everyone gets to do that now, do they? I still haven't had the pleasure of meeting that Ashen Knight of yours, however. Perhaps I might have the chance once he wakes up? I suppose I can dream.
Is this woman really into giant robots? I mean, if this woman is into mechs, I could dig it.
Well...
You don't meet a lot of women like that. Rean? Oh, good lord. It starts. Here it starts. That's gonna happen 100 more times with 50 more women.
I realize I'm the last person who has any right to say this, but there's no need to force yourself to bottle everything up and put on a brave face. I know how worried I am about my classmates, so I can only imagine how you must feel.
I'm very confused about that gesture a second ago. Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Does that work in real life? I'm afraid of getting slapped in the face, I gotta be honest.
I'm supposed to be royalty. I shouldn't be getting all worked up about something like this, but just thinking of what my family must be going through is just too much to bear. Cedric and we had a fight on the morning it all happened. I was planning to make up with him that evening, but
Oh, come on, hug her and tell her it's alright now that you went this far.
I'm sure he won't hold that against you. You'll be able to make up with him next time you see him.
Exactly.
I'm sure that'll be sooner than you think, too. But in the meantime, there's no need to force yourself to seem like being apart from them isn't bothering you. Royalty or not, no one would blame you for being worried or upset. And every single one of us here wants to do what we can to help you.
Thank you. I'm fine now.
Rean, shoulder to cry on, Schwarzer.
I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I think you should be spending more time with Elise rather than me. This is your first chance in a while to spend some quality time together. I'd hate to take that away from her.
Why? I mean, it's true that she's a little more dependent on me than you'd expect for a girl her age. But that doesn't mean she needs me hovering around her all the time. Then again, she did seem more shaken up than usual. Maybe you're right. I should try and cheer her up while I still can.
That's not exactly what I meant.
Meh. Rean doesn't understand women either. He'll just like, I don't know.
Oh, this is so difficult on a fair maiden's heart, I hope you know. You're just making me wish you were my brother all the more.
Boy.
Why?
Boy. You can now view the character tab in your notebook. Naturally, this section allows for you to view details on various people you meet throughout the story. As you view specific events and get to know someone on a more personal level, the information you've learned will be added to their sections on the notebook. I have to say though, I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to visit Ymir. Oliver came here himself some time ago, and ever since then, I've wanted to see it for myself. Not to mention the fact that it's given us the chance to really get to know one another without any pretensions. Oh, that's the first I've heard of Prince Oliver coming here. Though I guess it makes sense, knowing that the Phoenix Wings was built as a gift from the Imperial family. From what I remember, it was just before he left for Liberal 2 years ago. He couldn't stop talking about how much he was looking forward to the hot springs. Back then he wasn't quite as popular as he is now, so he was apparently able to do it without anyone recognizing him. No wonder I don't remember him. Back then I wasn't in Ymir, but thanks to my 8 leaves, wasn't back in Ymir much, thanks to my 8 leaves training. Such a shame. I can only imagine how close we might be today if you'd been able to make his acquaintance back then. Glad to see she is back to her usual self. I'm glad I was given the opportunity to visit Ymir. After all, we are here. When we are here, we have a golden opportunity to shorten that distance between us. For now, though, all we can do is hope and believe that everyone is safe and sound. Mr. Flirty. Flirts with everybody. I hear you were kind enough to come and see me last night, Father. I just wanted to come and thank you for that. Think nothing of her, Rean. I'll always do my best to aid you however I can. You'll always be a pupil of mine after all. I'm simply relieved to see her still well. A lot seems to have happened to you in these past 2 months. Yeah, you could say that. He really has helped me in more ways than I can count. Helping me to study for exams, giving advice when I needed it. Sometimes I feel like I'm relying on him too much, but he's so smart and helpful that I end up doing it anyway. I can see that you're quite a lost lamb at the moment, Rean. But hurrying to find a way forward is not the best course of action. First, you should reflect on yourself and your surroundings. Yes, Father. He's probably right. I need to take this chance to cool my head and think about this. That humanoid that carried you to the Isengard Range is called a Divine Knight, yes? I cannot pretend to know much about it, but it seems to me that it links itself with the spirit of its pilot. That seems the most logical way to explain how you were heavily injured without any obvious physical signs as to how. Regardless, now it is a time for rest and relaxation. Visible or not, your wounds still need time to fully heal. It's good to see you again, Liza. Oh, Rean, it's good to see you too. I was so worried about you after hearing that you vanished over in Trista. You and Luke have always been like little brothers to me. Little brothers who are going to make me go prematurely gray. So sorry, don't you think I might be a little bit too old to be a little brother though? Age has nothing to do with it. I still have plenty that I want to ask you, but that can wait for another time. Right now, I'm happy to have you back. Please take this chance to rest and recover from all you've been through. She really is the epitome of a perfect older sister. Kind as can be, and always looking out for everyone. It's funny how nostalgic it feels to have her caring for me like this. It wasn't that long ago I was last here. Now that you're finally safe back with us, that's one load off my mind. I'm still concerned about Princess Alfin, though. She comes here to pray every single day. Not that praying that frequently is a bad thing, of course, but it's clear she bears quite a heavy burden at the moment. I can't take that burden away from her, but I intend to do all that I can to support her. Support is a nice thing. Alright, before we continue, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, toodles!